Hi, I'm Whitney Bischoff, the 2008 Tobogny Excellence in Teaching Award winner, and I'm here to talk to you today about innovations in teaching, adding the personal touch to an online course. So what is our challenge? I have a pre-nursing class that's writing intensive with 105 students per class, taught every spring and every fall, to students with a wide variety of abilities who are from an at-risk student population, and online learning is new. We are indeed challenged. In 1996, I wrote up my dissertation research in the American Journal of Distance Education. In it, I talked about the theory postulated by Michael Moore that transactional distance is a function of dialogue or communication and structure or individualization or choice. And in it, I found that more dialogue or communication and less structure or more individualization led to a closer transactional distance perceived by the students with their teacher. So how do we accomplish dialogue and communication in an online course? Here on the course homepage, you can see that the class roster is at the top so that it's readily accessible, and there's a welcome message, large, colorful, and tells the students how to get started in our class. Over to the right, you can see that email is on top so that the students have ready access to emailing the professor and other people in the class. There are assigned office hours conducted over chat. The course syllabus is also on the home page. Having it on the front page means that they can always find it. I like to do a welcome video from the camera that I have attached to my computer. I think it makes it a little more personal, helps me to outline the expectations I have for them in our class, and give them an orientation to how the class is going to work, where they're going to find the information, and what's expected of them. I think it makes it more personal, and they seem to be able to recognize me when I'm on campus, so I think they appreciate it too. I employ a lot of different ways of communicating with the students. One of the favorite ones for students in my online classes and students in other classes is the lounge. I call it the lounge for hanging out, and it's a discussion forum that fills up pretty quickly with people introducing themselves, meeting up with students that they may have known from high school or other classes. It is a way for students to find out what's going on in the class, clarify course assignments, and to ask questions on an informal basis. Discussion is another way that we communicate, predominantly about the course content. Then we also have chat, which we use to clarify information that's provided in the course and to come together as a community once a week for 2 hours at a time. And the nice thing about chat is that there's a transcript of everything that was said, so anyone who missed the chat can read the logs. Using our learning management system, collaboration is relatively simple. I use the discussion forums to have sign-ups by teams. The first 5 people to sign up are members of the team. After that, I create a team so that any specific team information can be sent out just to the team email. They can have a wiki that is only visible to that team of students, and together then they work on their presentation. The final product is definitely a collaboration by the students, and it's been facilitated by the learning management system. Now, how do we accomplish some structure and some individualization and some choice? Well, there are many ways to do that, and I'm going to show them to you now. This is the course configuration. You can see that lessons at the top is highlighted. This is the same lessons tab that was referred to on the welcome announcement. All the semester assignments go under lessons. I selectively release them in chronological order so that everything that's going to be due before the first exam is available and visible to the students. And I've learned to put the due dates clearly at the end of the line, and also to have the drop boxes at the top level so that always the students know where the papers need to be deposited and when they're due. I have learned that students come late to the class for many reasons, some of it administrative and some of it personal. So I've taken to providing activities for them to participate in that don't require the book and can take place at any time before the first exam. One of the things that I do is encourage the students to create a profile and include a picture, and to do a baseline essay so that we can capture a writing sample from every student and begin to see where they are in their writing skills. We do have a library paper that's due early on, and they can take advantage of the time to do that paper as well. But I think the most popular and most effective activity that I have them do is the skills checklist scavenger hunt. And I've made a list of things that I think will help them to be successful. I've made a checklist for them, and I've asked them to work through the checklist with a partner and to be sure that they have all the materials they need. They know where the resources on campus are. They know what the hours are for the various resources, such as the library and the writing center. But most importantly, I encourage them and require them to meet two people and get their contact information in order to complete the checklist. Do they do that? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But in the end, they have to have a supervisor sign off on the checklist, and the supervisor is a fellow student. And the place they usually find the supervisor is in the lounge. So they'll go to the lounge and they'll say, I need a supervisor. Can you be my supervisor? And in that way, it does break the ice, and they do get started getting to know their fellow students. All lessons are configured in the same way so that there are no surprises. And within the lessons, they're laid out in a similar format. And you can see that we have a lot of different activities for the student to use to learn the content. I want you to know that I don't develop all of these activities myself. Some of them do come from the companion website, and I've embedded them here so that the students are more likely to take advantage of them. Previously, I mentioned that this is a writing intensive course, and of course the students are at varying degrees of writing proficiency. So I have developed a very popular 2 Dropbox strategy, where the first Dropbox is available immediately, and as soon as the student puts their paper in the Dropbox, I can start grading it. And if the student is satisfied with the grade, they're finished. But if the student wants a better grade for the assignment, they are able to take the feedback that I've given them and do another draft of the paper and put it into the final paper Dropbox. And in that way, they're not penalized for their learning curve. I'm working more intensively with students who need more help. It works very well, and then I set the grade book to take the highest grade from the 2 Dropboxes for the final grade. I got some new ideas from a virtual users conference I attended recently, and that is to help the students connect one week to the next by reminding them what they learned the previous week, helping them to connect it to the material that'll be covered in the current week, and reminding them of the due dates for that week as well. And then at the end of my lesson configuration, I have a little hourglass where I tell the students that time is running out and what assignments are coming up so that they can be planning and pacing themselves to get their work done on time. At the end of the semester, students are amazed at how comfortable they felt with the online environment and how close they felt to their teacher. They find that they might know the teacher better than someone that they meet once a week face to face. They feel that the format is very responsive to their questions at any time that they have them. And these are some of the things that students have had to say about this class from their actual course evaluations. I can't believe I learned so much in 1 month. The professor was always there to help me. It was all very clear. The instructor was always timely and available, and I loved this class. Finally, just to remind you, dialogue or communication plus structure and individualization or choice leads to closer transactional distance and success. In closing, I'd like to acknowledge Bogni for this opportunity, Susan Walker for providing the course material that this video is based on, Louise Audio for encouraging me to connect my ideas with Moore's theory, Pat Abergo for her encouragement always in the technical realm, and her staff of instructional designers, Tony Ramirez, Julio Tovar, Marianita Rosales, and Liliana Delgado, TEMU students who always make it fun, and the Angel staff from whom I've learned so much. And these are the technical notes. I know some of you out there are wondering how we made the magic happen.